Hey, welcome to Viking Preparedness. I am Pastor Joe Fox. Welcome to Tactical Tuesday Tips and Techniques. I know to do this video, I should be dressed in all my cool camo gear, right? Today's going to be a short video, but that doesn't mean it's not important. And it has to do with a form of personal discipline and or a lack thereof. And it is really important. I told a story here earlier. I don't remember when. I don't remember in what context. But I told a story about when I was the reconnaissance platoon leader, and they had attached the battalion cooks to me for a while, and we lost a bayonet. Well, during that same, I don't know, week or two that we were together, I remember one time my scouts were trained really well. And when we would take a break, like if you're carrying a rucksack all day long, you have to take breaks every now and then to check maps, drink water, fix your boots, whatever. And so usually I gave my guys a 10-minute break. And I'd give them the hand and arm signal for circle up, we're going to form our formation, and then I would go, and that meant break 10 minutes. And the guys would all face out. Everybody had a buddy. We'd always be on at least 50% security. So while one guy's pulling security on his rifle, the other guy's taking care of business. And at the end of 10 minutes, I would just stand up, put on my rucksack, and start walking, because all my guys would stand up and go walking. We didn't have to tell people, get ready, let's go, yada, yada, yada. And I was deaf on my guys talking in the field. We didn't talk. We didn't speak. We didn't even go, psst. If you did that, it made me angry. And so everything was hand and arm signals. And I remember one time we took a 10-minute break, and with these cooks who had 3 E7s in and amongst cooks, 3 sergeants first class, I assigned one of my E5s, a sergeant, to be in charge of them and to watch them and care for them. And I put them at the back of our formation. And so we're walking. I give the guys a 10-minute break. We stand up, I throw on my ruck and start walking, and I hear somebody running up from behind through the jungle, and it's my E5 sergeant, Sergeant Rodriguez. And he's like, "Sir!" And I'm like, I can't believe he's talking in the field. I turn around, angry eyes. I'm like, and he goes, and I'm about to yell at him. And he goes, "Sir, you got to come see this." So I go back there, and the cooks, they had been told by Sergeant Rodriguez, 10-minute break. They had taken off their shirts, their boots were off, their socks were here and there, and they had basically emptied their rucksacks and opened up MREs, and it was like a messy camp out going on back there. And it took them forever to get up and get going, and it's just chaos. That little vignette leads to this. Back at this time, and when I was in Special Forces, everything we had snaps on it pretty much. Canteen pouches had 2 snaps on them. First aid little packet had a snap on it. Your ammo pouches had these 2 like Fastex buckle kind of snap things on them. Knives have snaps on them. Holsters had a little hook thing on them. Pockets have buttons. We kept everything fastened all the time. And it's a sure sign of an undisciplined soldier. It really is. To see them walking around and one snap of 2 is open on their canteen. Will the canteen fall out if one snap is snapped only? No, it will not. Doesn't matter. You snap on both all the time. And what good soldiers do is they're constantly checking their gear. I mean, they don't even think about it. They don't think, okay, I'm checking my gear, but they touch their gear. And if they find a snap unsnapped, they snap it. Or if you see your buddy with a snap unsnapped, you say, "Hey, your snap's unsnapped." And he doesn't get irritated for that. He, "Thanks, man." And he clicks it shut. Same thing with your pockets. It's so things don't fall out or you don't lose them. In some units, they make you, it's called dummy cord. So like your canteen is tied with 550 cord about this long. You can hold it out this far, and then it's in your pouch with both things snapped, so that if it falls out, it'll go dragging behind you like a boat anchor and you won't lose it. And when you drink, you pull it out, you undo the 550 cord, drink, put it back. to keep soldiers from losing stuff, because stuff happens. You think you won't, but you will. And then now with the modern stuff, you know, there's like elastic cords that come up underneath your magazines and stuff. You got to keep that stuff secure. Try to decide if I want to do this. I guess I'll just do it now. When you're shooting on the range, if you typically carry your weapon in a holster with a snap, some kind of retention on it, every time before you draw, once you draw and shoot whatever course of fire, and then you put your weapon back, snap it. Snap it back. Why? Because that's how you're carrying it all the time, and so you're gonna have to unfasten your retention when it's time to go to work, so you might as well have it that way every time. The final point, and this applies to backpackers, or if you're carrying your bug out bag or something like that. It's not the final point, second to final point. Only take out what you need to use. So picture a rucksack, and you've got all kinds of stuff. You have sleep gear, first aid gear, water, food, a stove, you know, whatever. I don't know. Whatever you carry in your rucksack. When you need to use something, go ahead and take it out and use it. Soon as you're done using that thing, put it back. That's the second. If you want to light your BioLite stove and you carry a lighter in this pocket, take it out, light your stove, put it back in that pocket, and click or zip that pocket closed every single time. Women with purses. It drives me crazy to see women with their purses all open and floppy and zippers undone and stuff like that. It's the same reason. Keep your stuff secure. You never know when you're going to have to run down that hill, and you don't want to throw all your stuff out all up and down the hill. And so take it out, use it, put it back. If you're not using it, put it away. There's no need to get your bedroll out 3 hours before you go to sleep. And as soon as you wake up, you need to roll it up and put it back away so you can go. I'm not talking about when you actually dry it out, but that's something else. So there's that, and then related to that is knowing where everything is. Everything on your person, everything on your kit, everything in your rucksack, everything in your vehicle. There's a place for everything and everything in its place. And that's so that you can find your stuff without turning on lights. You shouldn't have to turn on a light to get anything out of a rucksack or a purse, for that matter. Everything should be in the same place every time, and you should be able to just get it by feel and put it back by feel. And so that's what I want to talk about, just the personal discipline of keeping your stuff together. Keeping it snapped, secured, zippered, knowing where it is, only pulling out what you need, and as soon as you're done with it, put it back. And the reason for that is you never know when something's going to happen and you're going to have to go right now. And you don't want your stuff scattered all over the place. All right, I hope that was helpful. I hope you all are doing well on the COVID-19 lockdown. I'll see you out there.